Hello and welcome back to Misfit Mountain. I have a problem on this server and its name is storage. I came on a couple times over the week to try and just like mess with my stuff. And the biggest problem I kept having was that I'd put something in a chest and then, a day later when I actually needed it, oh look, I can't find it. I have to go through every single one of my chests again. So I'm going to derail the current projects of, the villagers and the library because I need a place to store my things that is not going to cause me mass headaches every time I try to sift through my barrels. So that's why I've got a small amount of shulker boxes here. It needs to be close to the house and, close enough to the village and the other projects that I can get in and out of it. And I've decided that that spot is right here where this lake is. It's going to go right here. Which means we have quite a bit of work ahead of us. So I'm just going to jump right in and start messing with things. I did not load these shulker boxes. One would think I would have, because that'd be smart. But, the first thing I'm doing is tearing out this. Because I want it to all be on equal footing. And maybe when I'm done, depending on how... Whoa, hello. Oh, sorry, a different app popped up, and it terrified me because I thought the game had crashed. Nope, it was just Discord launching. Anyways. I want everything to be kind of on the same level. And so once it's done, depending on how long it takes me, I may come in and add, the nice-looking flooring. Or I might do that in between episodes, depending on, how long it is, and... how much I want to torture my poor editor. No, listen. This is recorded again with OBS. If you've not seen, was it last week's had the issue, and so the videos. What's today? Today's Thursday. The video yesterday would have explained it, but if you've not watched it or you just don't watch Seacrest, which is sad, I highly recommend you do. The Twitch studio thing is not happening. It decided to desync the video and the audio at such a phenomenal scale that I don't even know what happened. Because you might think, oh, well, if it desynced it, then you just go to the end of the video and you line it up, right? Well, one, I wish I'd thought of that several days ago when we were discovering the issue. But two, that wouldn't have worked anyways, because there were points when the audio was ahead of the video, and there were points when the audio was behind the video. It was not being friendly to us. I don't know. I don't know. It was a mess. We're not doing that. We're going back to OBS, because as I've said, I think multiple times this past week, to be honest, OBS might be my problem child, but at least it doesn't screw me over. Usually. And if it does, then frankly it's my own dang fault for not making sure that I had actually hit pause on the recording. And we're just gonna block this up. There's nothing underneath here. Nope. No, a part of this video is going to be resource gathering because some of the stuff that I used to build that, man, I don't think I have at the ready right now, so... It's gonna be fine. It'll be fun. I have the design in mind. It's gonna be very similar to the house, but number one, bigger, and number two, the insides are literally just gonna be chests and maybe some barrels and shulker boxes. That is it. I'm not gonna go for a fancy, redstone sorting device for two reasons. One is that those take up a lot of space, and I don't want to drain the ocean floor. Or, no, it's not even an ocean, it's just a little bit of river. I don't want to drain this. The other reason is that those are very highly complicated, and I don't want to mess with that. Maybe when I'm home... So, I mentioned this on stream a while ago, but I don't think I've mentioned it here. But there's going to be a week in which I go home for Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday morning. It'll be... the first weekend of July, I believe. Assuming nothing changes. It'll be the first weekend of July. But, I will do my best to get things recorded early that week. But there's a good chance that the week after there just won't be any videos short of the Tuesday live stream and the Friday, you know, edited stream. Just because I'm gonna be home. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I don't record when I'm home, especially where I'm gonna be home for such a short amount of time. Like, these videos take a while to make. There's the behind the scenes prep time, there's the actual recordings. Thankfully, I don't do the editing anymore. I'm very grateful to that. But, it's still, a lot of time goes into these, and I'm not gonna use that time at home to do this, when I could instead be holding my baby sister that I have not seen since, I think it was April. I haven't seen her since April. She's a little baby. I want to hold her. So, yeah. Okay, again, I'm just gonna fill this in for now with terracotta, because that's what I have a large amount of right now, because I just tore down all of that. And then I'll come through towards the end if there's time, or just behind the scenes for next week, and make it look nice. But we're gonna basically bridge the gap between this land and that little island. And I'm gonna flatten that too, so it looks nice. And if I do re-add some of these hills, they'll be custom ones that are, yeah. For now, I kind of want as much as I can on equal footing until I'm ready to add in, until I know where everything's gonna be. That way I can, you know, re-add nature around it, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And there we go. This is where the storage shed's gonna be built. It's gonna be pretty long. And maybe like 7 to 9 blocks wide. I'm not entirely sure on the specifics yet. I have the design. I have the, like, palette of how it's gonna look done in my head. It's just the exact specifics are a little murky right now. But yeah. And like I said, after all of the buildings are in, that's when we'll come in, we'll, like, re-add a little bit of a river, add some hills again, make it so it's not perfectly flat. But until then, this is our setting. So now it's time to do everyone's favorite activity. And that is, oh, getting caught in a bush apparently. Coming up into here and mining vast amounts of white terracotta. The good old white terracotta. What is this? Why is this the way that it is? Why does this exist? I don't like that. There we go. Oh, I need torches. So let me go grab some torches and we'll be right back and just tearing into this hill. Gotta say, this goes a lot nicer with the diamond pickaxes from our toolsmiths. This is why I like villagers, because it allows me to get the benefits of enchanted diamond tools without actually having to go caving for said diamond enchanted tools. Hello? I must have broken into this at some point and just walled it back. Why did I wall it off? That's weird. Because, like, there was a torch in there. It's clearly been found at one point. Oh, I bet it was one that I found when I was lighting stuff up. So I lit it up and then I just put a block. I blocked it off from the other side. I'll bet you that's what happened. I really need to do something else in this area. Like, I'm carving out this giant space. What should go in here? I mean, I could build that villager oh my gosh, tongue-tied. I could build that villager gladiator arena like people seem to keep thinking that the library is. We can place bets on which villager's gonna walk the fastest. Alright, so I think I'm gonna need about 3 stacks. I won't obviously need that much, but that's how many I want to have going into the project before I start building it. I probably have some somewhere around the base, but again, this is why we're building this, so I can get rid of all of the dump chests that are absolutely everywhere and have everything centralized and organized, at least somewhat pretendingly. Maybe it won't stay organized for more than, 3 episodes, but you know what, at least I'll have a central place for all my stuff. Won't be a little bit here, a little bit there. And now some things I will keep separate. Like, obviously I'm not gonna bring over the iron and the poppies every single time an iron golem dies. And I'll leave, like, the enchanted tools by the villagers that I'm, you know, getting them from. But I don't need to have, you know, 10 chests scattered everywhere that have the same different things in them, but just in different amounts. Oh, there we go, we've got enough, okay. So next up on our list is spruce wood, because I somehow, I think I just forgot to collect the saplings and then they despawned on the ground, but I ran out of dark oak saplings and I don't remember what the dark oak forest was, so we're just gonna use spruce. I do want to address something that was commented on the last video of this series. Hold on, let me pull it back up so I can get the person. It was... Oh, was it Fixing Up the Town or was it the Tool Forge? Okay, it was 2 episodes ago. I apologize, but it was... I forgot to mention in the last one. I wanted to say thank you to the person who, you know, said they liked my content, but mentioned that the quality was, you know, not as great as it could be. And I recognize that. I'm perfectly aware that my quality sometimes suffers, especially when it comes to frame rate, audio quality, especially in the really early stuff. Like, if you go back to the very early episodes, audio quality is so terrible, and I apologize for that. That was before I got my good mic. But, for anyone else who is wondering, like, you know, why doesn't she just, you know, do this to improve the quality or do that? The thing is that I'm a college student. I'm studying art. My funds are... Oh, wow, that went quick. I don't have the funds to spend, you know, a bunch of money on a good gaming computer and a high-quality mic. I mean, I do have a high-quality mic now. I'm very appreciative of it, but when I am getting my money from commission work and other stuff, that's not where this goes. For me, YouTube is meant to be a fun project, a hobby, if you would, where I can create videos and share them with people, because if I can do this in order to reach people with the stuff that I make, and it, you know, puts a smile on their face or makes them, you know, distracted from the world for a couple hours or however long they watch the channel, then you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna stress over, you know, making sure that my stuff is the highest quality it can possibly be. Instead, I'm gonna make sure that my content, the stuff that I'm saying, the message that I'm giving. Sure, your video's quality can be great, but if the content that you are making is garbage, then who cares how smooth the frame rate is? I don't know. Hopefully that made sense. I just wanted to mention it. I know I responded to them, but I kind of wanted to say it in here, so if anybody who hadn't seen it and was wondering the same thing wondered, you know, why don't you just do this to, you know, buy this thing or do that? That's why. But I think it's time to get started on putting down the frame of this. So we've got... I want it to be pretty close to here that I could just hop on over. Thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then how about we go over 3, 4, 5. There we go. So it'll be 7 wide. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, so this entire building is just going to be purely for storing my stuff. But it's also going to be, you know, in the theme of the rest of the town, / the theme that I want the town to have. Like, I know the library obviously doesn't match this theme, but that's because we're down in the earthen part of it right now. Later, when we get up higher, that's when it'll have the spruce and the white terracotta and the fancy stuff. But right now, it's you know, it's emerging out of the earth. It's crawling up out of there. This is going to be all, like, blended into the ground. It's going to be great. Yeah, so I want this one to match the house over there, the little tiny fisherman hut that's become. Because this is the like modern modern part of the mesa. The old parts are what the bottom half of the spirit tower is, or library, whatever. And, like, that side of the village over there, those are, like, the old Mesa. These are the remaining pieces of history that we have. But anyways, but then, like, this side is a bit more of the, like, the modern stuff. The white terracotta, the industrial district. Like, parts of the industrial district are left over from the old village, right? Like the iron farm, the sugarcane farm. But then there's, like, you know, the newer stuff. I don't know, I'm trying to do the concept of, like, visual storytelling, where you walk through the town and you can tell, like, there's a difference. Some of this stuff is more modern, some of this stuff is older, some of this stuff are hover technology powered. I don't know, apparently that one's a bit harder of a message to get across. Might play with it some more. But I like the idea, you know? You're just walking through town and then shroom. A hover guard. I do need to build more of him, I haven't had time. There's gonna be one over there. One just outside the village. And one, maybe I'll put one up in there. Like, I'll carve out a big spot for him and put him in there. That could be cool. Eventually, I'm going to tear down both of those hills over there, and that'll be all visible. But until I do that, it's just going to vibe. Like, the villagers are not going to be able to get into the storage shed, because I don't really want them in here. I want to have actual doors on this place. But eventually, they'll be able to get into the library. Not right now. Not remotely right now. Not until I have at least the bottom half finished. Oh yeah, I don't know who did this, but one of my server mates came on and I guess sorted my iron a bit more. So thank you for that. I was content to just let it go, but thank you. And that's the outside of this building done. So hold on, let me get down here so you guys can get a better look. Ow. Ignore my giant dirt tower. I had to get on and off several times. I didn't want to waste my rockets. Okay. But yeah, so the exterior is pretty simple. Just a copy of the design of the house and the other similar structures. Got some glass on both ends. And then instead of using oak wood, I just used spruce planks up there. Or logs, I suppose. I'm gonna get some lighting in here. And then we'll be all set to start moving everything in. And it's going to be very nice to have a centralized location. Now, there is currently no way to the roof. I may add this later if I feel it's needed. But, I mean, the main purpose of this building is to store things, so I wasn't sure if I'd need that space yet. But, time for the shulker boxes. I'm basically going to mass move all of my belongings and sort them at once. So everything is going to go into these chests. Or shulkers, rather. And then I'm going to sit and put everything away. And hopefully it all looks nice. Ooh, okay. So what you see gathered here is everything I own that did not belong where it was, assuming that, you know, I found everything. I got the floating chest, apparently there was stuff in those barrels, I don't even remember when I put that there. I got some stuff out of the village, everything out of my house. I fully did not go to check that house, so there might be some stuff there, but I don't think there's any sort of storage there. So I doubt it. But yeah, this is everything that I own, aside from what's in my inventory. And this is where I'm going to put it. There's a couple things still missing that I want to add in here, like what's going to go up on these stairs, what's going to go here, but that will be after I get it back out of this mess. I'm not a hoarder. I don't have a hoarding problem. I just have a lot of stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys on the other side of when this is sorted. Woo! So I'm about halfway done. I'm looking at the pile of stuff still sitting here, and I'm looking at the clock. I'm realizing that this is where this episode's gonna end. For pure sake of sanity, so I can just sit and, I don't know, watch a movie or something while I do this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and when we come back, I'll have this finished up. I may or may not have the floor textured. I'm not sure yet. If I don't, that'll be the first thing we do next episode. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Stardew Valley. And actually, I think that's it. I don't really have any. Oh, Saturday with the live stream, of course. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. And I don't believe I've gotten any suggestions yet for the name of the city. So if you have any suggestions for what I should call this place, please leave it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!